He's the man in my book. He is the man. John Gronkowski.
Woo! Right now, if you would be so kind, direct any questions you have to John, because he's got a big night tomorrow night. I'm not going to say anything about the fact that he's winning an award, but any questions you have for John now would be a good time. So hands up for any questions for John. Yes, sir.
What inspired you to take on this role?
Well, the fact that it showed a family coming together under probably the most adverse conditions you can imagine, and they were a dysfunctional family prior to the hurricane.
Right.
But it's like a lesson in human kindness. I mean, we were at each other's throats for any one of a number of reasons. That is, we, the family. But once the hurricane came, we had to stick together and help each other to get through it.
Amen.
And the fact that they thought my character had left the scene early. Permanently, that added a nice little twist to it. So I'm appreciative of your response, and I'm appreciative of the fact that you liked the film and that you encourage others to see the film. Everything in Hollywood is not about car chases and gunfights,
right.
And there are family films that still can find an audience. I think this is one of those films. Because of Charlie, I'm as proud of this movie as any film I've ever done, and probably because it resonates with you when you think about it, how they came together. And that's what we've all got to do now, because we've all faced the pandemic together, so that makes us a family to some degree. We've all been affected by Charlie in its natural form, whatever the name of the last hurricane or catastrophe was. So again, my compliments to the entire Gronkowski crew and everyone that was involved in the making of this film. Everyone. Thank you, guys, and thank you, audience, for appreciating it.
Woo! Any other questions for John? Yes, please.
I want to say it was an absolute pleasure and an honor to work with you. But one of my question is regarding COVID. I know it was a challenge, and we rose above it and everything. But aside even from COVID, working on other films in Hollywood with our little crew, how did it compare?
As far as the professionalism goes, there was no comparison. This is probably the most professional crew I've worked with in my career, because they had to work under such adverse conditions. So my hat's off, as I said, to the entire crew, the people that you don't see on the screen that aren't always signing autographs. They're the ones that make the magic happen. And I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Thank you.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else? Anyone?
Oh, if there's no further questions, I'm going to go home and get some rest, because I got to do this again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hello family, welcome back here on my YouTube channel. That is the beloved actor John Amos, who passed away on 21st of August 2024 at the age of 84 years old. We know a lot of people are going to ask themselves why they are not now. For privacy purpose, the family decided to announce his passing, and his beloved son, Kerry Christopher, is the one who confirmed the sad news to the public today. In a sad statement that he posted via social media network, which I quote, he said, It is a heartfelt sadness that I share with you. My father has transitioned. Kelly also added and said he was a man with a kindest heart and a heart of gold, and he was loved world over. He continued and said many more fans consider him as their TV father. He lived a good life. His legacy will live on. His outstanding work in television and film as an actor My father loved working as an actor throughout his entire life, mostly recently sought Los Angeles, playing himself, and our documentary about his life as an actor, American Dad. He was my best friend and my hero. Thank you all for supporting at this time. That was a statement that was released by the beloved son, Mr. Christopher, who let the public to know about his dad passing away. Mr. Amos will always be remembered as an American actor who was well known for many movies like Kunta Kinte and many more other movies. The late Amos was born 27, that is in December, in the early 1939, and when he passed away at the age of 84 years old. As I mentioned before, the late Amos had a spanning career for more than 5 decades, which he broke through in the early 1970s in the CBS comedy. We believe a lot of people knew him when it came to television series. He really made amazing, show. He was a good actor who will always be remembered, being one of the great actor. The late Amos, he was nominated for Emmy Award, for his, playing a character, for being a good actor. Someone has to be appreciated, so we still appreciate his work that he did in the movie industry, and his legacy will always continue to live on. The late John Amos will always be remembered by a lot of people because he lived as a good example to the community. One, what I can say, he was a hardworking man. Two, he was, a trusted person, so he really inspired, the young generation. He really inspired the people whom he shared with, the stage, the people whom he acted with. They are really commenting about him, possibly that he was a good person. I did not pass through their comment, but I've seen here when I go throughout different social media, they are commenting 99 almost percent positively about him. It's mean he has been very dear to the community. With this short news, let me pray to the family, and I'll also sign out for today. May his soul continue to rest in peace.